Hello, I'm Natalie from Total Pilates. Thank you for joining me for this Saturday morning session. I specialise in teaching women during menopause, during midlife and beyond. And today's routine is fantastic for you if you feel any stiffness in your back. We are going to be working through some exercises in a shoulder bridge position. So it's a nice little exercise to mobilise the spine and loosen things up a little bit as well. We're also going to be working on pelvic stability. So today you will need a little bit of equipment. You will need a resistance band to help us on a couple of the exercises. If you haven't got a resistance band, that's okay. A good alternative is something like a scarf or a belt. You can use that as well. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it, but before you start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get reminded when next Saturday's session is here. We'll just start with basic shoulder bridge. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our mats. You're going to set yourself up like you normally do for shoulder bridge. Okay, so feet and knees are hip width, feet are in nice and close. You're going to find that neutral position. You're going to put that belt on. You've got the arms down by the side of you. Okay, here we go. Basic shoulder bridge to start with. So we're going to take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, we're going to flatten the waist into the mat. Lift the hips. Peel the spine up off the mat. Take a nice deep breath in at the top. And then breathing out. We come all the way back down onto the mat, finishing in neutral at the end. Let's do it again. Here we go. Breathing out, flatten the waist. Into the mat. Lift the hips. Peel the spine. Squeeze your bum really well to keep the hips up and stop the back of the legs cramping up. And then as you breathe out, you come all the way back down into that neutral position. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. So as you peel the spine off this time, imagine you're peeling sellotape up off the floor. Breath in at the top. And then when you come back down, you've got to stick the sellotape back down onto the mat, bone by bone, sticking the waist down into the mat before the hips go down at the end there. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go up again. We're going to do the foot pedals first, okay? So we're going to go up into shoulder bridge. We're going to stay up there, and then we're going to lift the heels. 4 heel lifts. We're going to alternate the feet, okay, and then we'll come back down. So here we go. We've got the belt on. We're going to breathe out. We're going to flatten the waist, lift the hips, peel the spine up. Now, squeeze your bum really well at the top because we're staying up for longer. Now, can you lift one heel up off the mat and then lower it back down? Lift the other heel up off the mat and lower it back down. Lift the other heel up and lower it down. And again, lift the heel and lower it down. We're going to lower the spine back down onto the mat. Nice and slowly, finishing in neutral at the bottom. I think we'll have to do that again, won't we? Make sure you really squeeze your bum, because otherwise the back of the legs might just start cramping up. We want to try and avoid that. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. So breathing out. Flatten the waist, lift the hips, peel the spine up. Nice deep breath in at the top. Okay, here we go with the feet. We lift one heel up and lower it down. Lift the other heel up and lower it down. And again, do a lift and lower. Last one, lift and lower. And then we breathe out as we come all the way back down onto the mat. Wonderful. Okay. Shall I just show you the pumping arms? Okay. So this time we'll go up into shoulder bridge. We're going to take the arms up with us. We're going to stay up there again, and we're going to bring the arms down. And we're going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then release the arms back up. So we'll repeat this a few times. So you've got to keep the squeeze in your bum to keep the hips up on this one. Okay. Shall we have a little go at that one? Make sure you're still in neutral with the belt on. We're going to float the arms to the ceiling as we peel the spine. So here we go. We're going to breathe out. We're going to peel the spine up. You're going to float the arms up. Squeeze your bum at the top. Here we go with the arms. You're going to breathe out and pump for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in to release. And again, breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in to release. And again, keep squeezing your bum. 3, 4. Release the arms. One more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release the arms. We're going to lower the spine down this time and the arms will float down with us. Wonderful. Oh, I quite like that one. Let's do that again, shall we? Here we go. We're going to breathe out. We're going to feel the spine. We're going to float the arms up to the ceiling. Squeeze your bum at the top again. Here we go. Breathe out and pump. 2, 3, 4. Release to the ceiling. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep squeezing your bum. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release to the ceiling. The last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release the arms and then lower the spine down. Lower the arms down. And then I think we'll just hug the knees into the chest this time. Shall we? You can really feel those glutes working, can't you? When you stay up in that position for a little bit of time. Wonderful. Okay, let's pop the feet back down. Now we'll use our band, shall we? So have you got your band handy? We'll do a bit of a stretch first of all. I think we'll do left leg first, shall we? So normal back of the leg stretch that we do. I can open out my band. Okay, so we're going to put the band around the foot. Make sure it's on your foot well, so it's not going to slip off, because we're going to do something else while we've got the band in this position. But we'll start with that nice stretch. So you can just feel that nice little stretch down the back of the leg. So just a little bit of pulling, a bit of discomfort, but it shouldn't be hurting. If it is, you can always lower the leg slightly. Okay, that makes it easier. Okay, now you're stretching, but make sure you've still got that belt on. Okay, so just focus on just engaging those abdominals if that belt's come off. Put it on to stabilize the pelvis. Wonderful. Okay, so you've got the elbows down into the mat, the shoulders are nice and relaxed. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that your big toe is a pencil. And I want you to draw a circle on the ceiling with that pencil about the size of a dinner plate. Okay, so when you're ready, I just want you to start circling that leg around. Okay, so nice and steady, nice and controlled, drawing that circle with your big toe. Okay, not making it too big. You've got the belt on, so hopefully the pelvis is nice and stable. Okay, nice and steady, nice and controlled, and then we'll change direction. So this is a nice, easy way to work into the hip joints. Okay, just mobilizes that hip in a gentle way. That's it. Okay, and we'll bring it back to the center. Hold it up there. Now, keep the elbows down into the mat. Keep the belt on. We're going to do a leg lowering. So you're going to lower the leg down to the floor and just let it hover 2 or 3 inches off the bottom. Are we ready? So you're going to breathe in as you lower the leg down, nice and steady, trying to keep it as straight as you can. Just hover it off the bottom and then breathe out and then bring the leg all the way back up. So you've got the band for support. Okay. That's it, and then we'll do it again. So we're going to breathe in nice and steady, lowering the leg down. And then breathing out, we'll send the leg all the way back up. Now, we'll do a couple more. Just be aware though, as you lower the leg, you've got that belt on, so make sure you're staying in neutral as you lower the leg. We don't want the lower back to arch on this one, because then you've got no support for your lower back. So stay in neutral as you lower that leg. Wonderful. I think we'll leave it there. So we'll take the leg up again. We'll give it one final stretch to finish. Wonderful. Should we do that on the other side? So let's switch the feet over. So we'll put the band around the right foot. So again, make sure it's on well so it's not going to slip off while we're doing the other things. Okay. Give it another little stretch. Elbows down to the mat. Shoulders nice and relaxed. You're in neutral. You've got the belt on. And we'll just hold it there just for a few more seconds. Just feeling that nice stretch down the back of the leg. Wonderful. Okay, so make sure you keep your belt on. We're going to do those little circles again now. So when you're ready, just breathing normally, just start circling that leg around. So again, you want to draw that circle on the ceiling about the size of a dinner plate. Don't want to make it too big, but you do want to focus on keeping that pelvis nice and still. You know the other leg, Okay, it's bent. Make sure that the knee is pointing directly up to the ceiling. Let's change direction. So you don't want that other leg to sort of flop out to the side. Keep the knee pointing up to the ceiling. That's it, wonderful. Should we do one more circle and then we'll bring that leg back to center? Hold it there, keep the elbows down, keep the belt on, we're going to lower the leg. So as you breathe in, you're going to lower it down. It's just going to hover off the floor a little bit at the bottom. And then breathing out, you bring it all the way back up to the top. Here we go again, breathing in. Remember to keep the belt on and stay neutral as you lower that leg. Breathing out, you bring it all the way back up again. Let's do it again. Breathing in, we lower the leg down nice and steady. And then breathing out, we send it all the way back up again. One more time. Here we go. Breathing in. Lower the leg down. And then breathing out, it goes all the way back up again. We'll just hold it at the top, shall we? Just to give that leg one final stretch. That's it. Wonderful. Okay, let's move that band away. Okay. Let's do a little bit of work for side of the body, shall we? Okay. We're going to bring the legs together. So you're in like your normal setup position. The only difference is the legs are together. Okay, so when they are together, you should have ankle bones touching, knees touching. Okay, so I want you to be most aware of your ankle bones this morning. Okay, so I want you to keep the ankle bones super glued together the whole time. Don't let them slip apart. You've got the arms out to the side, and hopefully you're already in neutral with that belt on. Okay, so we're going to take the legs over to the side, not all the way to the floor, about halfway. We're going to hold it out there. And then we'll bring them back up to the top. Every time you come back to this starting position, I want you to check and make sure that you've finished in neutral and you've still got that belt on. Okay. Shall we go over to the left on the first one? So we're going to take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, we're going to send the knees over to the side, just about halfway to the floor. When you get there, hold it for a breath in. And then breathing out, you're going to draw the knees back up to the ceiling. Hold it for a breath in at the top, and then we'll go the other way. So we breathe out, we send the knees over to the right this time, about halfway to the floor. Hold it there for a breath in. And then breathing out, we draw the knees up to the ceiling. Ready to go again. Off we go. So we breathe out, knees go over. So as those knees go over, just check what your ankle bones are doing. Remember, they've got to be super glued together. So if they're super glued together, you're going to have one foot peeling up off the mat as those knees go over. You'll feel one hip coming up as well, okay, as you roll over. That's it. And you come back to center. Wonderful. Now, when you bring the legs back up, use those abdominals, okay? Don't use your leg muscles, use the abdominals. So when I draw my knees back to the ceiling, I feel like I'm just tightening that belt a little bit. I'm drawing in the abdominals just a touch more, and that allows the legs to come up nice and easily. Okay, so the legs really aren't doing anything. They're reasonably relaxed. It's the abdominals that should be doing the work. Okay, we'll do one more each side. So keep the ankle bones super glued together. Use the abdominals to control the movement on the way out. And then use the abdominals again to draw those knees back up to the top. And one more the other way. Breathing out. The knees go over to the side. Hold it for a breath in. And then breathing out, the knees come all the way back up to the top. Wonderful. Okay, we'll have a little stretch this time. So I want you to fan the feet out so they're hip width. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to send both knees over to the side, but this time I want you to relax them down as much as you can, as close to the floor as they will go, and then turn your head to the right. Okay, so we're trying to get a nice stretch down the side of the body. So we want to relax into that position. So if you take a nice couple of deep breaths in and out, and hopefully that will just help you relax into that position a little bit more. One more breath in and out. Now use your abdominals to pull the knees back up to the top, and then we're going to go to the other side. So the knees go over to the right. Slowly relax them down as far as they will go, and then turn your head to the left. Relax into that position as much as you can with a couple of nice deep breaths in and out. Wonderful, and then we'll use the abdominals again to bring the knees back up to the top. Wonderful, bring the arms back down to the side of you. Check your positioning. Can you set yourself back up for shoulder bridge again? Okay, feet in a little closer, feet and knees are hip width, your back in neutral, the belt is on. We're going to go up into shoulder bridge, we're going to hold it up there, we're going to do our pumping arms again. So the arms float to the ceiling as we peel the spine. So here we go, take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to peel the spine up, the arms go up to the ceiling. Here we go with the arms, breathing out. We do a 1, 2, 3, 4, release to the ceiling. Squeeze your bum for a 1, 2, 3, 4, release to the ceiling. And again, do a 1, 2, 3, 4, release to the ceiling. Here's the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, release to the ceiling. We'll lower the spine down. We'll lower the arms down. Wonderful. Hug both knees into the chest. Hug them nice and tight. You can give that head a little roll from side to side. Release any tension in the neck. And then we'll go into a full body release as well, shall we? So let's straighten out the legs. Send the arms overhead. Have a nice big stretch through the whole of the body. That's it, wonderful. Okay, we'll relax the arms down. Let's bend the knees, bring the feet back in. I think we'll change position this time. So let's roll onto our side. Okay, push yourself back up to sitting. Wonderful. Okay, so this time we're going to come face down on our mat. Okay. We're going to use the towel, but I think we're going to put the towel underneath the hips. Okay, so fold your towel. You don't want it too thick. Okay, you don't want to fold it too thick. Okay, just to lift you very slightly out of the mat. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our mat. You want the hip bones to sink down into that towel. Okay, I think we're going to do we'll start with a little sequence for the legs and the glutes, I think. Okay, so we're going to warm the legs up again. I suppose I need much more warming up, but we'll do a bit. Okay, so you've got your head resting down on your hands. Okay, the feet are hip width, the legs are nice and relaxed. Then you've got to put that belt on. So squeeze your bum, draw the abdominals in. Feel like you're lifting the navel out of the mat, just creating that tunnel underneath. Now, you want to engage shoulder V. So I want you to think of drawing the shoulder blades down your back. Okay, you're going to keep all of that switched on as we do our heel kicks. You're going to kick one foot to your bum, 2 little bounces at the top. Let's start with the left leg. So as you breathe out, we're going to do a bounce, bounce, low, change legs. Do a bounce, bounce, low, change legs. Do a bounce, bounce, and lower. And again, do a bounce, bounce, and lower. That's it. Do a bounce, bounce, and lower. Wonderful. Now, while you're picking those feet up, we've got the towel there for a reason, and that's to remind us to keep the hip bones down into the mat. Okay, so make sure that you squeeze your bum, because that will help you to keep those hips down. So it's a bounce, bounce, and a low. 2 more. Do a bounce, bounce, and lower. Bounce, bounce, and lower. Fabulous. Okay, let's do swimming legs, shall we? So again, keep the hip bones down into the towel. You're going to reach and lengthen the leg and let it hover off the mat. We'll start with the left leg again. So take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, reach and lengthen out that left leg as much as you can so it just hovers off the mat, and then breathe in to lower. Then on the other leg, squeeze your bum, lengthen out the leg. Feel it hover off the mat, and then breathe in to lower. That's it. And again, here we go. Reach and lengthen out the leg. And lower it back down. So nice strong legs, nice and straight. Use your bum. You're squeezing it anyway, but keep squeezing as you float that leg up. That's it. So remember, we're not looking for any height on this one. It's more about lengthening out the leg. Okay, so your leg will only float a little bit up off the mat. That's it, wonderful. Let's just do one more. Here we go, breathing out, float and reach, and then lower. Wonderful. Now, I don't think we've done this next exercise for a little while. We're going to do our scrunchy lips. So this is where you're going to work those glute muscles in your bum. Now, we've got the towel there for this exercise as well because it just makes it a little bit easier to do if those hips are slightly lifted out of the mat. So what I want you to do is to bend one knee to 90 degrees, and I'm going to flex my foot as well. I just do that. I don't know why, but I like to flex my foot. So what you're going to do is you're going to push your foot to the ceiling, you're going to squeeze your bum, you're going to lift the thigh out of the mat. You've got to do a big squeeze with your bum on this one to get that lift going. So nice and steady. We're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, squeeze your bum, push the foot up, lift the leg, and breathe in to lower down. And again, breathe out, squeeze and lift, and then lower back down. And again, squeeze and lift, and lower back down. Then make sure you've got the belt on. Squeeze your bum really well. You want to keep the hip bone down into the towel for this one. Don't let it lift up. That's it. So it doesn't matter if you've only got a very little lift out of the mat. That's okay. It doesn't matter. Just squeeze as much as you can. The squeeze is more important. Okay, that's the most important thing. That squeeze. So if you can only manage the squeeze, then that's okay. Last one. Here we go. Squeeze and lift and lower. Should we swap the legs over? Bend the knee, flex the foot. Make sure you've got the belt on. Keep the shoulders down. Here we go again. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, squeeze and lift the leg, and then lower back down. Squeeze and lift. That's it. So feel like you're pushing that foot up towards the ceiling. And again, breathe out. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze your bum as much as you can on that lift. Here we go. A couple more. Breathe out to lift. And to lower, last one, do a lift and lower. Lower the leg down. Should we come back up into all fours so we come back into shell stretch this time? So we'll have a nice reach with the arms, get that nice stretch down the length of the spine.